Imagine a society that could engineer perfect equality. No rich, no poor. Just the same. In the sprawling underground city of Antropolis, they believed they had found the answer. But they were about to learn that true fairness can come at a very heavy price.
For years, the colony had known only turmoil, greed, bitter disputes over resources. The queen, watching her subjects grow ever more divided, knew it was time for a radical change. It was time for justice.
And so she gathered the entire colony in the great chamber. A hush fell across the masses as she stood before them. Her voice, echoing off the stone walls, declared the great reform.
An eruption of cheers thundered through the tunnels. For the first time in generations, the hardened workers, the proud soldiers, and the weary merchants, they all felt a single sense of unity. At last, they were equal.
The new law was simple. Every single ant, from the strongest tunneler to the most junior egg tender, would receive exactly 10 leaf tokens a week. The reward was the same, for all. The queen smiled, believing she had finally brought peace to her colony. And at first, she was right. The markets grew calm, the constant grumbling about pay had ceased. A fragile harmony settled over Antropolis. But as the weeks turned into months, something unseen began to shift just beneath the surface.
The change wasn't sudden. It was a slow, quiet unraveling, one that began deep in the heart of the colony's workforce. It started with the strongest among them, a worker who had always taken immense pride in his labor.
His thought was like a quiet spark, and soon it caught fire elsewhere. Another ant, one who was always known for being the first to rise, began to question the very point of his diligence. And that thought, it spread like a shadow through the colony. Soldiers grew lax on their patrols. Foragers began to take longer, less efficient routes. The once bustling hum of productivity, it started to fade into a listless, heavy quiet.
The queen, finally noticing the dwindling supplies, called her advisors. "Why are the storage tunnels so empty?" she demanded. "I gave everyone equality." An old, wise advisor spoke cautiously. "Majesty, you gave them equality, but in doing so, you may have taken away their reason to strive." Unwilling to abandon her great vision, the queen ordered a slogan carved above the main tunnel: "Work for the colony, not for reward." But cold words etched in stone did nothing to change the whispers in their hearts.
And so, the decline continued. The harvest grew smaller. The great storage tunnels, once a proud symbol of their prosperity, became emptier with each passing cycle. A quiet weight settled over all of Antropolis. The very air felt thick with an unspoken collective disappointment.
Finally, in desperation, the queen summoned an ant named Alex. He was a quiet thinker, one who had spent his life studying the histories of other colonies. "You see things differently," the queen began, her voice heavy with weariness. "Tell me, what have I done wrong?"
Alex simply bowed his head. "Majesty," he said gently, "you gave everyone equality, but you did not give them fairness." The queen looked at him, her confusion plain. "But aren't they the same thing?"
"No, Your Majesty," Alex explained softly. "Equality is giving everyone the same outcome. Fairness is giving each what they have earned. Equality may feed peace, but only for a moment. It is fairness that feeds pride and a sense of purpose." The weight of his words filled the chamber. The queen sat in a long, profound silence, letting the distinction sink in.
The very next morning, a new decree was issued. This one was born from Alex's quiet counsel. The very foundation of Antropolis was about to be rebuilt.
The new rule was simple: reward effort, not titles. From now on, an ant's weekly tokens would no longer be a guarantee, but a direct reflection of their personal contribution. At first, some were hesitant, fearing the return of old rivalries. But soon, a new energy began to take hold. The early risers were once again proud of their discipline. A spirit of healthy, playful competition returned to the tunnels.
And the storage tunnels, they began to fill once more. As the queen walked through her colony, she noticed a different sound in the air. This was not the silence of manufactured peace. This was the vibrant, humming sound of true purpose.
One evening, the queen found Alex standing by the old stone slogan. With a piece of chalk, he had added a single line just beneath it:
Work for the colony, it now read, and let the colony reward your worth.
She read the words, and then turned to Alex, a new, clear understanding dawning in her eyes. So, fairness, she said softly, is not giving the same to all, but giving all the right to earn.
Exactly, Majesty. Antropolis had learned a profound and lasting lesson. They learned that peace, when it's simply given, is fragile. But purpose? Purpose must be earned. It's forged through meaningful effort. And it is purpose that builds a colony not just for a single season, but for a lifetime.
For they now understood that the fairest thing a colony can do, the fairest thing a leader can do, is not to make everyone the same, but to let every single ant prove their own unique worth.